So the big event that apparently is divisive this year is
What?
DC Fandome, which I was surprised because, at least for the two of us, Josh and I really enjoyed Fandome. But then
Yeah.
again, I think the people that are the most upset with fandom may have gone in with false assumptions of what the event was. I think some people were expecting like earth-shattering huge news to come out of this event this year, like a Man of Steel 2 or James Gunn's Justice League. I'm like, well, if you look at what we got last year, it was like a celebration of all things DC, and that's exactly what
Yeah.
this was. I know some people were just like, well, why did Stargirl get a long thing or Supergirl get a long thing,
Yeah,
and
that's a good question.
Ezra Miller's The
Yes.
Flash just get a minute and a half? I'm like, because they're celebrating all DC stuff, not just the stuff that the diehard comic book fans want to see. Like this is for everything. Or one of the weird complaints I've heard is, why do they spend so much time on the fan art? You and I love the fan art.
Yeah,
It's a
that was one of my
celebration
favorite things.
of the fans. It's a fan event. Now, one criticism that I do kind of agree with is, other than the host Tiffany Smith, the rest of the presenters were a bit stiff and a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm getting the sense that English might not have been their native language, so I'll absolutely give them a pass for that. Um,
Yeah.
so let's go over some stuff, because there was still plenty of stuff to come out of Fandom. I'm trying to think of just where to start with this. Let's start with the video games. We got two trailers, one for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League and Gotham Knights. Not going to be any surprise which one I'm more excited for, but Josh, of the two of those, from what we saw at Fandom, are you more excited for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League or Gotham Knights?
I think I'm still more excited for Gotham Knights, but I think this trailer for Justice League, or so for Suicide Kills the Justice League, I think this trailer is way better than the first one, and kind of gives me more of a reason to get excited for it, whereas the other one was really vague and I don't know. But the fact that we now know the story of the adventure of the Gotham Knights, I think kind of is hard to ignore of how excited both you and I are. And I think you pointed out to me after we kind of that after that panel, it's really interesting that that movie comes out after the Batman. Oh, so that game comes out after the Batman.
We're
That's
we're
really
assuming
interesting.
we're assuming because they haven't set a release date and this project's been delayed numerous
That's
times.
fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. But yeah, I'm definitely more excited for Gotham Knights. Um, but that's not a knock on Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League either, because it looks good. Um, I forget. I found out who was voicing King Shark, and it was really cool. And I don't remember who the casting was, but yeah, there's a King Shark is cool. In the I like the ending scene of the trailer. They're like, "Oh, Waller, yeah, he's running. You gotta zap him," and they zap him the first time. Oh no, he's getting up, zap him again, and he's still out cold. It's great. It's good.
Yeah,
Good
I'm
stuff.
more excited for Gotham Knights too, just because I think we get more of a centralized story out of it. Like I
Yeah.
still don't know what the story is for Suicide Squad. Like we can kind of imply that Brainiac has taken over and he's taking control of the Justice League, but I like the idea of the Court of Owls as a video game character more than I like the idea of Brainiac.
Yeah.
As much as I want to see Brainiac someday in a live action form, primarily in a Superman or Justice League movie, like I think Court of Owls lends themselves so well, and I just like the mood and the atmosphere that we've gotten so far from the Court of Owls in Gotham Knights more. Like the Suicide
Yeah.
Squad kind of just feels like a fun, not party game, but like co-op
Yeah.
game, whereas Gotham Knights feels much more very specific tone, feels much more Batman in tone. But there's no way Batman is dead. Like they're gonna keep telling us this, just like Rocksteady told us the Arkham Knight is not Jason. It's not Jason. It's not Jason. We're all just going, sure, sure, Jan. But yeah, the final boss in this is
Dude.
absolutely gonna end up being Batman,
Well,
isn't
like,
it? Batman as a Talon.
Oh, come on. Like, let's go. To Arkham Knight's credit, you refused after you played through it before I did. You refused to tell me who the Arkham Knight was, and so I was like, fine, I'll play through it. And like within the first, like, I think it was like two or three lines of dialogue, I was like, it's Jason. There's no way it's not. I was like, what? Really?
To which
Ugh.
Josh and I will still argue to this day that I don't think Arkham Knight's as bad of a game as he makes it out to be. Yes, the tank combat is annoying, but my main issue is Jason has never been mentioned before in any of the Arkham games whatsoever. So to basically just give his entire backstory, history, and resurrection all within one game. Also, I'll openly acknowledge that I'm still a little jaded because for years I was convinced that it was going to be Tommy Elliott's Hush, which I think would have been because they set that up in Arkham City.
Yeah, to your credit, it's like it's a pretty big side quest in City. So like it was weird that it just didn't
and they
go
completely
anywhere.
wasted Hush in Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
Like they gave like basically a 1 point, like just one quick stop side mission. It was super, super annoying. But I'm excited for both games.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's anything announced like non-film wise that we're interested in. Titans is getting a season 4. Doom Patrol's getting a season 4. I thought it was cool that they're just like, here's the trailer for Young Justice. Oh, watch the first 2 episodes now. I'm going,
yeah,
that was cool.
That was cool.
I wish we liked the first 2 episodes a lot more than we did. So immediately after Fandome wrapped, Josh and I just hopped on HBO Max and watched the first 2 episodes of Young Justice Phantoms. And they are things that exist. I'll say that.
They're definitely setting up for something, but
they better be.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn right now.
But also, like, I'm used to Young Justice having a big cast, and so having it just focus on McGann, Connor, and Beast Boy is fine. But the fact that we don't see like anybody else at all in a place that's so foreign. With, frankly, a lot of complicated names and characters that we've never met before.
Yeah.
And also, it was slight variations, but you do notice the animation style changing. Like, pretty drastically from the last season. Not a huge difference, but if you've been watching all of the first 3 seasons, you know a difference. But then again, changing animation styles midway through your show is nothing new for DC Animation. Looking at you, Batman the Animated Series, whatever that season 4 abomination was.
Oh, we did get news about the new Batman Animated Series that's coming.
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah, and it looks from everything that they've told us about it, it sounds like it's going to be incredible and a true, the quote unquote, the true vision of the original creators. Whatever that means, because I
wonder if that's a shot at somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a shot at somebody else, but also like true vision of the creators is not always a good thing. So we'll see what happens here. I'm not as emotionally attached to the Batman the Animated Series as you are, so it'll be interesting to see whenever we get first looks, first episodes, and stuff like that, how you and I will react to that. Technically, I guess Blue Beetle's not film because it's straight to HBO Max.
No, both Blue Beetle and Batgirl are going straight to HBO Max, and probably Static as well. I'd imagine
whenever they get that settled. Which it was good to hear that they did announce that all those scripts for Icon, for Static are in the works. They're not. Like, they're in the middle of writing them, which is fine. I mean, it's only been a year since they announced
I didn't think we were getting a script for Icon.
I thought
he was getting his comic. I think Static is the only one. They said that they're working on various projects. They're doing an animated movie for like the Blood Syndicate, I think. One of those Millennium comics. So yeah, they gave brief updates about Blue Beetle and Batgirl. They said Batgirl's going to have her red hair. I'm going, okay, cool. That's all I need. And then like a day or two later, they added some other casting, but didn't say who the role was for. I'm just going, I refuse to let that horse die of who it could be. And if this random casting ends up being Nightwing, I've never heard of this dude, so I'm about to binge literally everything he's ever been in. But that's a bit of a stretch. I actually kind of hope this casting, I forget the actor's name. I'm actually kind of hoping it's her brother. Of Jim Gordon Jr., the serial killer. I think that would be a very fun twist to do. Let's get into the movies, because there's primarily just 2 big assets here. But they showed a little bit of Aquaman, which The new Black Manta suit.
Yes.
Black Manta looked great before, but new Black Manta suit, I lost my mind on. Shazam
So good.
looked great. Not much to talk about there because that's not coming until 2023,
Yeah.
which it's weird to me that they showed more from Shazam than they showed for Aquaman or The Flash, which are both coming out next year. But
Yeah.
Shazam's wrapped filming already, so.
I will say that you and I were caught off guard by the amount of ice. It does seem that we're going to Antarctica instead of the Lost Kingdom in the trenches, which I'm
Aquaman?
super. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm okay with
Aquaman's
that.
going to slide into battle on a penguin like Aang.
Don't tempt me with that. That sounds like that shouldn't sound awesome, but it sounds awesome.
Aquaman's going to fight a polar bear.
Or ride a polar bear. No, this isn't the Golden Compass. Wow, that's a reference I never thought I'd pull out.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, no, yeah, a lot of that stuff looks really good. Are we totally just skipped over the little teaser for Black Adam?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Wow.
Because I remember when the Black Adam panel was happening, however brief it was, The Rock has been saying for what feels like forever that he's like, the hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change, and all of us are just going, yeah, that's cute, whatever. You keep saying that if your movie ever going to come out. And then we get a little, like, intro clip. He's like, this is more or less the beginning of our movie. And oh my God,
dude,
the hierarchy of the DC universe has just changed. Because Black Adam basically, like, this is team of spelunkers that find this cave. Someone's Shazam and someone's Black Adam. He grabs this guard by the throat and basically just disintegrates him.
Disintegrates him. It's so cool. And it definitely at that moment, that was the moment. First of all, first kind of like glimpse at the suit too, which looks super good. Even
I like
with
the hood.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, the hierarchy of power is shifting. And holy cow, Barry's gonna die. Barry's gonna get Barry? No.
Billy.
All these
Barry
B
is
names.
the Flash.
All these B names, bro. Barry, Billy, Bruce. Gosh.
Where's there a Bruce in DC? Oh.
Wow.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm just signing off.
Okay, you good, bud?
I don't know
good?
why, but Bruce, my mind immediately went to the Hulk instead. I'm going, there's no Hulk in DC. There's no Bruce. Oh, yeah. Only the biggest cash cow ever.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
Like,
that famous guy,
Shazam's
Bruce
gonna
Clark.
die. Yeah,
Bruce
Clark.
Kent.
Yeah, I love Bruce Kent. He's a cool dude. Oh man. But yeah, like great teasers for all three. Like, beside the Aquaman and Shazam were definitely more like behind the scenes kinds of stuff, which I didn't mind. I was like, that's fine, whatever. So save the teaser for. They're obviously not ready, and I think that kind of drops us into the Flash teaser quite well because first of all, before we get to the teaser, I don't know what Ezra Miller is wearing, but I appreciate that he was like, look, we don't have much to show you, you know.
Proceeds to show a minute and a half of the movie.
Yeah.
See, I like more of the we don't have much to show you as we're currently filming here. This is our set. He's like super awkward. Here's our set.
This is our set. It's all black behind him. It's so great. But yeah, it's obviously they're still editing and stuff like that. They're not still filming unless they're doing reshoots that we're not aware of. But they're not. I thought they finished filming.
Yeah,
recently.
they've wrapped.
Yeah. So, and then proceeds to show like a minute and a half of like footage I did not think we were gonna ever see. Yeah, and now I'm ready for the Flash movie. Nathan, you want to tell us what we saw in that teaser trailer that we didn't have?
So you don't want to? You want me to tell you were wrong?
Yeah, I know.
So
giving you that opportunity, buddy.
For months, I have been telling Josh, and for you at home, I've been telling you guys. I bet you anything we're getting a Flash ring in this movie. And Josh is like, we're never getting a Flash ring. Boom, we got a Flash ring in this trailer.
And like, there's no way of denying what it is either.
No.
Like, it's right
It's a
there,
ring
front and center.
with the Flash logo on it.
Like, there is no way denying what it is.
I know some people, there's a close-up shot of Flash in his new suit, like looking at something, and people are like, oh, what up with the cowl? I don't think it's a problem. I think it's the angle, because angles and lighting really make all the difference in the world, and I think that was just at a bad angle, because the shot here that we have for the graphic, that, I think the cowl looks perfect on that.
Yeah.
Like, I think that suit is what Flash has needed, because I have said before, and I'll say it again, the Zack Snyder's Flash suit is one of the worst comic book suits of all time. I hate that thing with every fiber in my being. I hate its muted color palette. The extra armor plating makes no sense for the Flash, who needs to be, fast. And some people be like, well, he was armored in Injustice. Mild armor, not head to toe. And Zack Snyder will be like, well, I wanted it to be whoever did the Flash movie could create their own. I'm like, yes, but Flash has better suits, like starter suits in the comics. Like, look at the Josh Williamson one. He's got a great, like, red Flash shirt with jeans and shoes that he burns through. It almost looks more like Jake Garrick. I hated that suit. But this new suit immediately gets into the conversation for me of one of the best comic suits of all time, just in terms of the Flash is hard to translate. The TV show still hasn't done it yet, although those gold boots look pretty legit. But this looks awesome. Like, when we get the head-to-toe shot of what appears to be Barry approaching his mom's house at night, that looks perfect. I know some people are like, why didn't we get more? It's to whet your appetite, to make you want more, because I appreciate that we didn't see Michael Keaton's Batmobile. I appreciate that they didn't actually show Michael Keaton's Batman. Like, guys, this is still about a year away. Like, this thing is still kind of far out. You don't want everything spoiled for you, like a Sony trailer type of thing.
Yeah.
I of the two major trailers that we're going to talk about today, I like this one better. As much as I liked the Batman's trailer, I think the Batman's teaser trailer was better than what we got at Fandome. But this, considering Josh and I have been very critical of this Flash thing, and we're still kind of about Ezra Miller, this trailer was awesome. I appreciated the musical cues to the Keaton Batman, just so much stuff that leads to speculation, which sometimes can be really wild speculation. Guys, I highly doubt Red Death is going to be in this movie. Like, y'all are weird with your theories.
I think even saying Zoom is going to be in it is a pretty big stretch. Like, dude. I think at the most, if there is a villain, and that's a big if, I think Eobard Thrawn, Reverse Flash, I think will finally make an appearance here. But I don't think there is a villain. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think there is a villain. I think it's like you. It's going to be Barry trying to set the timeline back. But I think the important distinction here is I don't know if it's the Snyder Barry that's gonna be this movie's about. So that's what's interesting, I think, about this is like they do like tap into the idea in this short 1 minute like teaser that potentially the Barry in this movie is not the Barry that we've seen in two films. Two films.
Yeah, two films because he was very briefly in Batman vs Superman.
Is not that Barry, which will be interesting because even in this trailer alone, there's already two Barrys, and who's to say that the Barry in our graphic here is our Barry either? So it's going to be. It has the potential to be confusing, but it's exciting nonetheless.
And lastly, we've got a new The Batman trailer. Again, the more we see this movie, the more I just need it to be in my brain as quick as possible, because this trailer, while to me not as good as the teaser, not as good as the Flash trailer, the Batman trailer was still outstanding. It gets me so excited, and I still will hold true to it until the movie comes out. I don't think Riddler's the villain. I think he's the mid-level villain before you have your bigger threat that Riddler's trying to expose what this villain is, and I think the trailers have done a very good job of hiding it. I think the trailers are hiding a lot in this movie, which makes me very, very happy. But I'm really digging what we're getting.
Because Batman comes out pretty soon, doesn't it? It's like
March
next
4th.
month. Oh, March. Oh man. I don't
When
know
did
why
you think it was coming out?
I don't know why my brain was saying like next month, but now I'm kind of sad.
No, we still got 136 days.
Yeah, I know you have the calendar on your phone.
And 123 days till Uncharted.
Unless they move it again. Anyway,
No, we'll talk about that later. They won't.
yeah, they won't. But yeah, good trailer. It's weird because like saying not as good as the first one is not a knock on it at all. There's still some really, really cool stuff. Every time Batman's shot and he's just like, yeah, okay, what else you got? Is cool. I think the final little scene at the end is the most Batman we've ever Batmaned. Like that is, it still blows my mind. We get a lot of Colin's Penguin in this trailer, and it's like he talks in this one, and it still blows my mind. There's no way that's Colin. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this movie, and I think it'll be amazing.
Yeah, I agree.